Good day, M3. This is Teacher Win, and this will be the last lesson about electricity. So for this video, we are going to compute the base tariff, your variable tariff, and your value-added tax so that we will know how much is your electricity bill every month. So for further information, so you can read pages 48 to 50 of your science book. What you see on the screen right now is an example of your electricity bill. So I want you to pause the video and look at the details so you have here the different meaning for each part. So let's have here first some terms that will help us to understand on how to compute your electricity monthly bill. So we have here your base tariff, your base tariff. We also have here your variable tariff, and we also have here your value added tax. Value added tax are also known as your VAT. So if you talk about your base tariff, so we are actually computing these two charges, your energy charge and your service charge. So your energy charge, so that is your electrical energy that is used, and then your service charge is of course the supplier of your electricity, so they're going to charge for their service, so that is your service charge. So if you combine your energy charge plus your service charge, then you will get your base tariff. Next is your variable tariff, or in another book you can have it your fuel adjustment cost, or to simply put it, it is your FT charge. So you can look at it here. This is your FT charge. So in your FT charge, so it is the costs which shall we say uncontrollable costs, so which are your fuel costs and the purchase of energy from your private sectors. So basically it is regulated, okay, every 4 months by the Energy Regulatory Commission in Thailand. So basically, so in your book, so it states that FT charge for May until August, so it was like minus 11.60 satang. Okay, so in short, every 4 months, there's a change in your variable tariff or your FT charge. So for this example, so the FT charge for this month is minus 0.3729. Okay, so and then finally we have here your value added tax or your VAT, which is set already to 7%. So in page 48 of your science book, so you can see there a table that is your energy charge. So I also visited the site, which is in your book, your www.mea.or.th. So I tried to compare the tables in your book and the base tariff as of this moment. So it's so if you compare it, so they're almost the same. So 2.348, this one is also 2.3488. So we can use the table, okay, to solve the different problems in your book. However, if you look at here in this table, so not over 150 units, and this one is also not exceeding 150 units, so it's just the same. So if you look at it here, in your book only ends at next 50 units, right? However, if you look at it here, it is until over 400 kilowatt hour. Okay, so in your book, so I want you to focus, like for example, after next 50 kilowatt per hour, so you are going to go with next 250 kilowatt per hour. So that means after this one, so we are going to jump to this one. Okay, so again, so in your book, so please, because some of my examples I'm going to show you, or looking at your example in page 49, so you can see there an example of your electric bill. So it says there 232 consumption. So don't you worry, I will use that example in this video so that we will understand how to get this base tariff. Okay, but out of curiosity, so that's 232. So how are you going to get the base tariff? Okay, so please update the book now. So after the next 50 units, so you're going to jump to next 250 units. Now let's look at our first word problem. So in April 2020, a house consumed 56 units of electrical energy, and given that the FT charge was minus 0.0480 satang, so what was the electricity price of the month April? So remember that in your electricity bills, we are going to compute your base tariff, your FT charge, and your VAT. So for this part, let's compute first your base tariff. So again, your base tariff, so we have two things to consider. One is your energy charge, and the second one is your service charge. So let's compute first your energy charge. So for energy charge, so how do we get or how do we compute your energy charge? So we have to use your table on page 48, and we will try to look at there how much is per unit. So actually, so for first 15 units, so there's a different price range na. So as the unit increases, so if you look at also the BAT, it also increases. So our goal here is to have a total of 56 units. Okay, so let's go first with your first 15 units. So first 15 units, so number of units that will be 15. Okay, so next 16 to 25 units, that will be 10. Next 26 to 35 units, so that will be another 10. Okay, so 36 to 100 units, so actually it's not 100, but we will stop with 56. So how to get your number of units here? So you can just like have your 56 minus 15 plus 10 plus 10, so this will be 35. So 56 minus 35, so you will get a value of 21. So our unit here is 21. Okay, now next thing to do is just to multiply each given value. So what you have there is 15 times 2.3488, so you will get, okay, 35.232. Next, 10 multiplied by 2.9882, so that will be 29.882. So that next we have your 10 multiplied by 3.2405, so you will get 32.405. Then 21 multiplied by 3.6237, and you will get 76.0977. Okay, so let's round it off to the nearest 100. So you will get, this one will become 35.23. This one will become 29.88. This one will become 32.41. Then this one will become 76.1. So next thing to do is to add 35.23 plus 29.88 plus 32.41 plus 76.1, and you will get a value of 173.62. So therefore our energy charge is 173.62. However, we are not yet finished because we still have your service charge. Okay, so in your book, so the service charge is like this. If it is not over 150 kilowatt hour, so you will pay 8.99 baht. If it is over 150 kilowatts per hour, so that will be 38.22. So for our scenario here, which is 56 units, so the service charge here is 8.19 baht. So just add them. So 173.62 plus 8.19 baht, so you will get 100 181.81 baht. So your 181.81 baht here. So this is your base tariff. Now, the next thing that we have to compute is your FT and your VAT. So let me just write here our base tariff. So the base tariff is 181.81 baht. Okay, so let's use this side to compute your FT and then your VAT. So in our given example here, so the if FT is minus 0.0480 satang. So how to get your FT charge? So to get your FT charge, so that will be your energy consumed, okay, and then multiply by your FT charge. So our energy consumed here is 56 units. So that will be 56. And then multiply it by FT charge of minus 0.0480. So negative 0.0480. Okay. So what you will get, so 56 multiply by minus 0.0480. So you pause the video to get the answer. So the answer is negative 2.688. So our FT charge here is minus 2.688. Next is we are going to get your VAT. So in your VAT, so we have to add first your base tariff. So to get your VAT na, so we have to add first base tariff plus your FT charge and then multiply it with 7%. So 7% is 0.07. Okay, so to get your base tariff and your FT, so again you have to add it. So we have to add it, so 181.81 minus 2.688, so you will get a value of 179.122 in your calculator, but round it up to the nearest hundred, so you'll get 179.12. So you will use that value and then multiply it by 0.07. So what you will get there, so you can pause the video to get the answer. So you will have here a value of 12.5384, round it off to the nearest hundred, so you will get 12.54. So our VAT here, so we're going to add here 12.54. So you will get an answer of, you can pause the video again. Okay, so you will get an answer of 191.66. So this amount is your electricity bill for the month of April. Okay, so now let's use your electric bill in page 49 of your science book. So you have here, so our given value here, we have your, this is your base tariff, your service charge, your FT charge, and then your VAT. So we will try to compute it, and let's try our best to make it as close as possible as this one. So we are going to use this table to compute the values here. So if you look at it here, so this is your previous recent reading, meaning the reading today, then the last month reading, and then your consumption. So what you're going to do to get your consumption, you just simply subtract recent minus previous. So the recent here is 1516 minus with your previous, which is 1284, and then you will get a value of 232. Okay. Now let's continue. So our consumption here is 232. So that means we will use this one, this one, this one, this one. This is until 150. So we will use this one and not this one. Okay. I've told you to jump here next. So we're going to use this one. Okay. So let's move to the next slide. Okay, now let's compute first your base tariff. So your base tariff has your energy charge, and you also have here your service charge. So let's compute first your energy charge. So I already transferred some information from your table in your book. So all we have to do is to complete this one. So our total consumption here is 232. So first 1 to 15 units, so that's 15. Next 16 to 25 units, that's 10. Next 26 to 35, that's another 10. Next 36 to 100, so that is 65. And then next 101 to 150, that is 50. And then the next 151 to 400, so we can just have 232 minus. You add 15 plus 10 plus 10 plus 65 plus 50, so you will get 150. So 232 minus 150, and you will get 82. So the next 151 to 400 units here is 82. Next thing is we have to multiply this one. So you can pause the video to get the value of each unit. So you have here, so 15 multiplied by 2.344, and you will get 35.232. Next, we have here the value of 29.882. Then we have here 32.405. Next, you have here 235.5405. Next is we have your 185.855. And then we have here your 346.1876. Okay, so for this one, so we can just get the nearest 100 here. So 35.23. This one is 29.88. This one is 32.41. This one is 235.54. This one is 185.86. And then 346.19. So all you need to do is to add all these numbers. So add it, so you will get a value of 865, okay, 0.11. So our energy charge is now 865.11. And then what will be our service charge? So our service charge here, so in your book, so we are still using, okay, your 8.19. So that is not yet, there's not an over exceeding of 150. So you will get 865.11 plus your 8.19. So you will get a value of 873.3. So this is your base tariff. This is your base tariff. Let me just write it properly. Okay, next, let's compute now your FT charge. So your FT charge here, so this is your FT charge. So again, for the FT charge, so that will be your consumption multiplied by your FT charge, right? So consumption is how much? Look at here, it's 232. And then you multiply it by negative 0.0480. So what is 232 multiplied by 0.0480? So that will be 11.136, but round it off to the nearest hundred, so that will be 14. So this is our FT. So this is negative because this is minus 0.0480. So negative 11.14. Okay, so next thing is we have to add the two. So 873 minus, okay, this one is since negative, so we have to do subtraction here. So 873 minus 11.14. So you can pause the video to get the answer. Okay, so you get a value of 862.16. Okay, so and next we are going to get your VAT. So we're in. So the VAT here, so we have to multiply the base tariff, and I mean you have to add first base tariff and FT, then multiply it with 7%. So that will be 862.16. 7% is 0.07. So that will be 60.3512. But let's stop it there to the hundreds place. So plus your VAT, so you will have your 60.35. So 862.16 plus your 60.35. So you will get a value of 922.5112, but let's stop it there. So here. So in the bill, so it's 922.53. Then this one is 922.51. So it's just a matter of decimal point. So at least, so from our solution here, so we can compute and calculate your electric bill for every month. This will be your homework summary. So I understand that this page here is very long. So from page 53 to 56 until page 61 to 65. So I will give you like 1 week to complete the homework. And also for our next meeting, so please prepare for a unit test. So please submit your work to the Google Classroom, the old work that I gave to you, so that I can release now the answer key for those activities. Because once I give the answer key, so if you haven't passed your work, so that means you got 0 on that activity. Okay, so again, so this homework, page 53 to 56, page 61 to 65, so I will give you at least 1 week to complete this one. But for other activities, please submit it on time. Okay, so that ends the lesson for this video M3. So again, good luck in your unit tests, and I believe you can do it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.